G'day and thanks for joining me. I'm Faintly Saintly, and today I'm a little bit excited because I am playing the new Heroes of Might and Magic. This is the demo for Olden Era, the newest entry in the series. And if you're not familiar with Heroes, this series has been ongoing since the 90s, and you probably would have seen someone reference Heroes 3, which was released in 1999, which is considered by many to be one of the greatest games of all time, myself included. I've played it consistently, at least once a year since then. It's very good. After that, there was Heroes 4, 5, 6, and I believe 7, and they just didn't quite reach the same heights as Heroes 3. They had some good points, but have widely been considered to be inferior. But now we've got this one. The series is having a little bit of a reboot. The Olden Era, the name sort of even implies that it's a throwback to the original games that everybody loved. So we'll see how successful that is. In this demo, we have the tutorial, 3 different single-player modes, which are new to this entry of the series, and 4 of the planned 6 factions. Temple is humans, Necropolis undead vampires, Dungeon underground creatures, and the Schism, altered elves and eldritch abominations. This is obviously an early build, it's still in the works, but it's nice that we can finally jump in and give it a try. So I have jumped in and played the tutorial, so I do have a little bit of an understanding of how this all plays, but it is very, very similar to any of the previous installments. So if you played one, you're probably going to instinctively know just how certain things work. But we'll jump in and have a look. So new to this one is the game mode. We have Arena, a quick game mode where you draft a hero and their equipment and their army and proceed directly to a duel. Interesting. Classic is the normal old thing where you have the large world map, you travel around with your hero and units, finding cities and defeating your opponents. And we have single hero mode, which is similar to classic mode, but each player controls only one hero. Faster paced and more focused. That might be the way to go just for this first look. Pick a random map template. Harmony, Helltide, or Memory Lane. I think we'll just start with the basic one. It's small. Well, it's relatively small, 1-on-1, and we can choose Temple, Necropolis, Schism, or Dungeon. Dungeon appears to be pretty much the dungeon from previous games. It's got some dark elves, troglodytes by the looks of it. Schism has all sorts of tentacly critters. Is that like a beholder? Maybe? Temple are like the heroes, the humans, I should say. Looks pretty standard there. You got cavalry, you got swordsmen, archers, that kind of thing. And then Necropolis, skeletons, ghosts, skeleton dogs. Probably a lich in there as well. I'm going to try the Necropolis just as something different. And then we get to choose our hero, our starting hero. So looks like they've all got different abilities. Probably more variety than in previous games where they basically just had different stats and different starting skills. This one has like different. Look at this. Creatures in his army take less 10% basic attack damage and negative 1% additionally for every 2 hero levels. So is that a skill? Oh, it is. Okay, so he's got the defense skill and the necromancy skill. Necromancy means any units that die in battle, we restore a percentage of those and resurrect them as skeletons that we take into our army. Anyway, could go on and on about this. Let us see. Is anything here particularly outstanding? Scouting, not really. Web, battlecraft, tactics. So I think we have some might heroes and some magic heroes. I think I prefer to try some magic, to be honest. Look, I'm just going to start with you. Don't want to overthink it. Still don't really know all the differences. Truth lies buried deeper than bones and twice as curse. So we start with this army. We've got these skills. And let's get into it. So the moment of truth. So from what I've played so far, it does feel like a good, healthy mix between the old 2D heroes and the newer 3D ones. I still think the 2D world map is a lot clearer, easier to read and easier to navigate. But it feels like a step in the right direction compared to some of the previous games after 3, which were just not quite hitting the same mark. So it's all pretty familiar at this point. This is the overworld map. We have our little hero here. He is currently in Grimhold, our city. We can see information on the hero here. Obviously, you get artifacts, which you can equip him with here. These are all the troops that are currently in his control. He has intelligence, which can learn up to tier 3 spells without needing a magic school. That's a little bit different to how intelligence used to work. And necromancy, which we expect. We'll enter the city. This is the Necropolis city. So typically you would find your built structures on the screen here. This is a nice little parallax effect, by the way. So that's the skeleton dwelling, and we can recruit skeletons every week from here. But an easy way is to find up here, you go to recruit creatures and you can just get them all from this screen. Skeletons are the only creatures we have available at the moment. We can build once per turn. There are economical buildings, there are trading buildings, there are defensive buildings, and there are magic buildings, but also creature dwelling buildings. So if we build a pavilion, that's where wights spawn. Got 1750 gold, we have 23,000 at the moment, and 5, is that mercury? Yes. We can afford that, so I'm going to build it. And that'll appear here. And so we can add those units to our army. That starts with a little number of those available immediately. So we'll chuck those in our army. Do I have a tavern? Tavern is banned. Oh, that's right, it's a single hero run. Right. Tavern is where you'd usually go to recruit new heroes, so you can have a couple running around the map at once, but not in this game mode. Abandoned Mansion. Defeating its guard grants gold and possibly valuable artifacts. Okay. I'll just head this way. I have bumped up the speed a little bit. I might actually just pause and undo that so we can see some animations. There we go. Captured that sawmills. Every day we'll get 2 wood from that, which is nice. We need that for buildings. Still a bit fast, isn't it? Someone is guarding this place. What is that? It's an impossible battle. Looks like a dragon. We can't actually see the details of the unit there, so I'm just going to not do that. What is that, though? A dark tower. Black tower. Oh, I thought it was a something that would reveal the map, but it's an actual like guardian event, so we won't do that. Because we will die instantly. Anyway, once your hero is out of movement points, that's the end. We have to end our turn. And we go to day 2. Keep collecting these resources. What have we got here? A windmill once per week. The first hero that visits gets a small amount of random resources. That's a pretty common staple for the hero series. What have we got here? An easy battle against these monstrous looking bugs. They don't look like a level 1 creature based on that, but the fact that it's calling it an easy battle tells me they probably are. We'll get him. The enemy is fleeing because we are so much stronger than them. There's 10 of them, so we outnumber them easily. Should I destroy them? Okay. So on this screen it simulates the battle, and it tells us 10 of them died, none of us have died. We can accept that result, but if we're not happy with it, we can actually go into a manual battle. I'm just going to accept that one now because we have taken no losses. And I don't want to mess with that. Alchemical dust is a new resource, essential for upgrading artifacts and more. So that's a little bit different. And because we get to build once per day, it's a new day. I'm going to come here and build some more. So this one grants us the extra gold every turn. And lore points, which is also another new currency, which I believe lets us upgrade our faction and army here. We have 1 lore point at the moment. That can increase our income. That gives us a one-time resource injection. Or we can improve our armies with it as well, which is interesting. Maybe I'll start with tax collectors, just get that in there so we get a bit of money flowing. And I'll build that one as well. Upgrading the castle basically and improving our income. So we end the turn and we move on. After defeating its guard grants gold. There's a whole lot of map interactive items, I guess, that are just basically protected by guardians and you kill them for resources. There's so many of them now. They're fleeing, we'll destroy them. We don't take a loss, so I'll accept that result. Nice, so that's just a storage. Every week you get 3 to 5 crystals from that. But you have to manually visit it, unlike the sawmill up here, which will just provide those 2 wood every day. A magic scroll, so that's like an actual spell in the form of an artifact. So while we hold this, it adds despair to my spell book. Don't know what despair is yet, but probably a debuff for an opponent unit. Okay, when you open a chest, you get experience and gold, which is how it's been since I think the first Heroes. Early on, I mean, experience is good, but early on I think gold is important, so we'll just keep bolstering our economy, basically. Okay, so this is a familiar item from Heroes 3. It looks like just a modernized version of the graphic, and that's just basically free experience when you visit it. So back here, we're building again. The bank produces another 1,000 gold per day, which is nice. I might even just do that now. Probably a rookie mistake focusing so much on gold this early, but I just want to get a little steady income in, and then we shouldn't have any issues recruiting our armies. Intelligence is tempting, economy is tempting. That's an extra 500 gold a day, but necromancy would be nice. Hold on. 6% of defeated enemies' HP is converted into allied undead HP. After each victory, this adds new units to all existing stacks. I completely overlooked that. In previous games, necromancy was purely a percentage of the creatures that died in battle come back as skeletons. This is a much lower percentage, but it's based on the HP that's converted, and you can add units to all existing stacks, so it's not just skeletons you're getting. Crazy. That could be ridiculous. Alright, now we've got that to advance. We actually get a little modifier we can add onto that as well. If we choose Grave Soil, Necropolis creatures deal plus 10% damage and take 10% less damage on native terrain. Restore 4 mana after a battle victory, or plus 2% Necromancy. Let's do that. Let's really buff the Necromancy. So I should be watching my numbers, because it's possible these have gone up and I haven't even noticed. We have another easy battle. Looks like there's some ranged units here, but we'll try it on. We'll destroy them. We might lose... Ooh, we lost 21 skeletons. Do I accept that? Let's jump into a battle and see if we can do better. Okay, we have tactics. I didn't realize we had tactics. Maybe that's not a skill anymore. Maybe that's just on. Which means we can sort of rearrange our units before the battle starts. And we're in. Every unit has its own speed and initiative score, which determines how frequently and in what order they can attack. So you can see here, my whites are first, then the enemy unit, then what are these? My Lich, which is a ranged unit, then my skeletons, and then the other one. Can I cast a spell? What have I got here? Despair curses the target enemy, and Shade Cloak. Target friendly creature cannot be targeted until the end of the round, or until it takes any action. Interesting. Does Curse reduce their damage? No, it just does damage. Oops, how much health have you got there? 12. No, I don't know about that. We'll just move on. Yeah, so they're going to start sniping my skeletons. There's really not a lot we can do about it. We could cast that spell on him, but then they'd just be targeting someone else. It's not good. Do they attack first? Oh, they parried. What's that? Counter attacks before the enemy's attack lands. That's ridiculous. Okay. Did we do any better? We did. We did slightly better, I think. It was 21 here, wasn't it? Was it 4 there as well? I'm not sure. In any case, I'm accepting that result. Getting some alchemical dust. And we've captured a dwelling, so I can actually recruit from here and replenish my numbers, which is lovely. Might go for some experience this time. Battle Magic. Friendly creatures attack and defense increased by 10% of the hero spell power and knowledge. That benefits me because this is a magic hero, so he's always going to have more spell power and knowledge than attack and defense purely. Basic Insight lets me earn more XP. Expert Necromancy improves that to 8%. I'm going to get Battle Magic. We can always get Necromancy later. Restores mana. I don't think we've used any mana. Easy battle here. So it says. Is that a zombie pig? That appears to be a zombie pig. That's just a little decoration on the map, but okay. Cool. Timeless Mansion. Recruit liches from this dwelling. Okay. Only 11 skeletons lost. I'll take that. I'm curious to see how this is working, because I'm not seeing my units go up. Maybe I'm not killing anything with enough health. Okay, we have to defeat Guardian Liches to recruit them from there. I might come back to that. Have I been forgetting to build? Undead Transformer. Sacrifice any creatures, turns them into undead of the same tier. That's pretty nice. Kennel. Undead Pets. We'll get that. So we can recruit a larger number of units. End our turn. I'm just going to keep exploring for the moment. It's a normal battle. I'll come back to that as well. Because you have to be careful. You don't want to throw away too many units on random battles, because then you'll just fall behind the opponent. Necromancy, Nightshade Magic. Can learn tier 3 Nightshade spells. Movement points. Logistics is good. Means I can travel further in one turn. That's behind a Guardian. Teleports the visiting hero to a city under control of your choice. Interesting. That's an easy battle, and we get a artifact. Over time, effects cast by friendly creatures last for one extra round, which is nice. We'll destroy him. 31. No. We don't want that. I might have made a mistake here. So there's 24 of them in one stack. We do have a new spell, Umbral Grip. That should weaken them considerably. Now, I don't know if this game has like a cover mechanic, which weakens ranged units if they're shooting over an obstacle. That's how it was in the previous games. No, he doesn't really care, does he? He's just shooting away. Alright, can I cast a spell again? I'm just going to do that again. I just really want to weaken him. Can we defend? We can wait, we can skip. We can't defend. So does waiting actually increase their defense or not? That's different. I'm just going to wait. You cop another hit, that's okay. Can you reach him? No. What's my spell points at? 40 out of 60. I think I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna risk any more losses. So we still took a few losses, but not as bad as it was. Alright, let's have a look at this. So we have the panpipe in our offhand. That means any spells casted by friendly creatures last for one extra round. So I don't know if that's actually applicable to me right now, but it might help in the future. We're going to build, we can upgrade the kennel, which allows us to recruit bar guests and armored hounds. Okay. Crypts and graves, skeleton warriors, skeleton archers, grave robbers, wraiths. That sounds like a new one, so I'll grab that as well. I'm going to be on day 5. So very shortly I'll return home and recruit a new week's worth of units. That's an easy battle guarding a gem mound. Okay. We'll destroy him. I think I'll just accept that result. Diplomacy can be fantastic. It means that random creatures might randomly join me for gold instead of fighting. And I could take them back to the city and convert them into undead. Allows the hero to use the spellbook one more time per battle round, which is potentially broken, but spells cost 300% extra mana after each use, so maybe not. I'm going to go Diplomacy just to see how that works. In previous games that could have been very overpowered because you get so many random creatures just joining you. Adding to your army. Which is, yeah, potentially game breaking. We have another city and it's unguarded. Interesting. It's only the one dwelling. I will actually take those units though. Right, so now we've got 2 cities producing units. It's day 6. Alright, Timeless Mansion gives us liches. I'm going to do that. How's that money looking? 15,000, should be okay. I say without really understanding how the economy in this game works, but anyway. That's a lethal battle, we're going to die. I don't even know what that is. It's creepy looking though. We'll grab some more gold. Ore storage. Gold storage. More gold. It's a difficult battle, we won't go there just yet. That's an easy battle. You're only guarding more Guardian items though. Easy battle, but you've got 10 to 20, 10 to 20, or 20 to 50. Might come back for you, actually. What are you going to build for us? A pavilion? The other joint can build Chateau of Feasts? $10,000, and I might wait for that. You should get a mage guild, perhaps. Or, let's have a look at this. This upgrades our skeleton dwelling. And in all the previous games, every unit could be upgraded at least once. Well, not all games, not all units, but by the end it was pretty standard. This one looks like it gives us 2 options. We can upgrade our skeletons to warriors, which are basically stronger melee units, or archers, which turns them into ranged units. So I think that is the end goal. Gonna end our turn. Now all the dwellings will have replenished with their critters. So I'm going to take those. Where's my hero? Can you get into the city? There we are. I'm actually just going to see if I can build that as well. Actually, no, that's not worth it. I'm going to build... I'm just going to build that. Let's get a few more units out of this. There we go. So they're all in my party now. So what does the Grave Robber do? You've got Long Reach. It's a short-range attack that hits over 1 hex. Doesn't provoke counter-attacks. Ah, okay, so it's like ranged, but not. He has a skill, Dig Up Bones. Summons 20 skeletons on an adjacent hex. Interesting. Okay. So you can summon skeletons within the battle. Let's go home and destroy these freaks. Why am I losing so many units here? I'll go with it. We're going to Grimhold. Sounds like a nice little shortcut home. We're going to upgrade our skeletons into archers, because that sounds fun. But $12,000, I might just fall a bit short here. Just a tad. But with all these units on hand, now I can take on a few more different fights. Might try the mansion. I'm just going to see what's in there. It's an easy battle. Apparently, against all these. Let's try. Okay, lost a few. Did okay, I think I'll accept that. Fish to the face. What is that? Common main hand artifact that gives me +1 attack. It goes wobble wobble in battle. Okay, so my hero is literally waving a fish at my enemies. Alright, we're going to take on these guys. 115 ranged. I'm actually going to let them run because I don't want to fight them. Now, Pandora's box could be anything. An unpredictable but great reward. In previous games, that could be a battle. It could be an artifact. It could be experience. It could be gold. Today we got experience. Expert Necromancy. Basic Summon Avatar. Grants a unique battle spell. It summons an avatar that scales with the hero's spell power and knowledge. So a summon spell could be interesting. We'll give that a go. Advanced Battle Magic. Yes, please. How many times am I leveling up from this? Just 2 maybe. Alright, Aura of Destruction. Every time the hero uses a spell, their attack increases by 2. Or defense, or spell power. Because I've got a number of things depending on spell power, I'm going to actually use that one. So every time I cast a spell, my spell power goes up. And of course that means all my units benefit from that. Not to mention my spells. Cool, cool. Did I miss that Mercury one? It's behind a battle. We can take these guys out without losses, surely. Yep. Both cities can build. I might just build a... just a bit more income from this second city that we've got. Because now we obviously have to fund 2 armies, basically. Okay, we get now Mercury. We need to kill liches to recruit liches. Let's see how that goes. Oh, we didn't take a loss somehow. That's fine. Absolutely happy with that. We'll make our way back this way. Second city, let's build another bank. Another 1,000 gold a day. Oh man, we have 11 law points. I forgot all about these. Okay, +1 to necromancy power. Faction wide. Take that. Skeleton growth in your cities increases by 4. That's every city too, not just one. Right. Yeah, I'll take that. And then we've unlocked the second tier of abilities. More necromancy. More law points, more luck. Ah, if I level that up again, my skeletons actually get stronger as well. Sure. Sure. We'll go with that. Okay, end our turn. There's up to 250 of these, apparently. I don't think I need to take losses from these. I'm gonna redo this battle. Just gonna start it. Oh, you're an upgraded version. Sweeping strike deals damage to the target and 2 adjacent hexes. Okay, that's different. I could also use that spell and just take a chunk out of them. Summon avatar though. Try the avatar. I'm going to put it out the front. There we go. He moves after these guys though, so that's a bit of a shame. You can take a shot, I guess. You can take a shot at the skeletons. Oh, they did not bad. Now the grave robber, what can you do again? You can summon. Dig up bones. 58 skeletons. Now you need 2 diamonds, which I guess is this bar in the bottom here. I'm not sure if that fills up over time or by battling, but we'll see. Okay, he's just ignored my summon. You should wait. You should... Okay, when you hover over the enemy to do an attack, you can see the estimated damage and number of units killed. But I might wait. Our Lich will have a turn. They'll get a good shot off. Ooh, lost 15 skeletons, and he's bypassed my summon, which is annoying. I'm going to wait those skeletons. We're going to just skip those ones. Can't attack from you. We've got the dogs in here. Ah, yes, and he's using that range attack. So, okay, I'll take a couple of losses. Oh, more skeletons, but less of everything else, so that'll do. I'm going to advance my summon avatar. I like the idea of that. Avatar's attack increases by 25% of its spell power. Speed and initiative. Let's do that. What did we just pick up? Orb of Dawn. Epic item. All heroes' daylight spells have +1 level. Enemy hero has -1 daylight spell level. Well, I'll keep that just for the penalty to the enemy, but I don't think we have any daylight spells. Whispering Stones. Increase max mana, thank you. Okie dokie, keep moving on. What can we build here? More income. Marketplace. I really don't know the optimal build order, obviously, because I've literally just done the tutorial, but I'm not expecting any great success here, by the way. Purely just checking it out. We'll destroy them. We don't need to take a loss, surely. Okay, nice defensive artifact here. +2 defense. Creatures want to join. Welcome aboard. So that's diplomacy in action. Easy battle, easy battle. What are you guarding? Defense. Point of interest there. Yeah, we'll take you on next turn. Enemies fleeing, we can destroy them. See you later. We'll destroy them too. Worth doing for the experience. Choose a reward from the Arcane Shrine. All creatures of 1 hex radius take 30 magic damage per focus charge. 2 invisible traps when stepped on. A trap triggers, dealing pure damage. Deals damage to all enemies. Each enemy takes 15 magic damage per unit tier. Okay. So that's just randomly taught us a spell, which is nice. You should build a mansion. What can you build? What are you doing over here? Maybe Chateau of Feasts, $10,000. No, that's all our money. Maybe this one as well. So I'll spend all this time building my economy, and I'm expecting just to get absolutely steamrolled by a stacked enemy hero when they arrive. These guys want to join. Unfortunately, I don't have room for them. But if I refuse, they don't fight me, that's good. Who's got a spell? Dorith's Tide. Umbral Grip. Okay. We'll see what that does. Someone's guarding this place. 20 grave robbers. We've got 29 ourselves. And we recruit some more. Pandora's box. 10,000 gold. Thank you very much. Day 7. I'm going to make it back to the city. Going to get ready to recruit some more. I'm going to upgrade the crypts and graves just so I can upgrade my skeletons. Change upgrade. What is happening? There we go. Changing all my skeletons into archers. May not be the smart move, but I'm okay with that. We're going to recruit. Take all these with me. Take a shortcut home. Can I afford... Oh, what are you? Oh, I didn't hang on a sec. Ah, okay, so it's just recruited basic skeletons, but I think you can actually choose an upgrade. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. What have I got? $13,000. Oh, first of all, I'm going to upgrade this fella to an archer. Nope, not a warrior, an archer. There we are. We're going to recruit. Start from the top, work my way back. Oh, nice, I afforded everything. I did also want to see the Mage Guild. How do I get to that? Oh, we haven't built one. I'm going to wait one turn. Mage Guild, please. So this is where you would find new spells to... What is this? Do you remember the old games when this was so easy to read what spells you had? This is like a skill tree constellation thing. Oh, Lightning Bolt. Cool. Ground Sight, Thick Hide. Wean. It reduces the duration of all positive effects applied to the target. Okay. Unnatural Calm. Alright, that's... Oh, and what's this? Second Win. Hero restores 20 movement points once a day. Interesting. Confusing, but interesting. Alright, what can I spend some points on here? These generate more lore points. Defense for heroes increases by 1. Increase the income. Increase some damage. Oh, sorry, defense. Necromancy power again. Sure. Alright, let's move on. Still don't know where I'm heading exactly. I probably want to go seek out the enemy as well at some point soon. Predicting they're going to be probably considerably stronger than me, considering I'm sort of just taking it slow. Battle magic, that improves everyone, so I think I'm just going to get that. Sure. Tomb of a Nameless Hero. Once per game grants a random artifact. Yeah, we'll take that. You're gone. A curse will fall upon you. Don't know what that means. I don't really want a curse. Destroy them. Attack them. Recruit them. Bigelow, one more arcane spell. Another shield. These guys want to join me. Ah, it's going to cost me $14,000 to recruit all of these. If I say no to you and no to you, and I get these harvester locusts, whatever they do. Sure, makes me stronger. Black hole, interesting. Traps. Yeah, I'll take that. Troglodyte throne. Have a look at this fella. Troglodyte wearing a top hat. Looks like the frog. What was that cartoon where he's singing? Anyway. Gives a very large amount of gold after defeating its guard. What are those things? Well, it says it's easy. Didn't even lose a unit. 6,000 gold. Perfect. I'll take that. More troglodytes all over the place here. Let's stick to the road, because that'll maximize our movement points. There is a gold mine behind an easy battle, so we'll take that, and he wants to join me, so welcome aboard. If any previous games are anything to go by, these guys will not be happy, because they are paired up with undead units, and that makes people uncomfortable, I guess. And if you are not happy, you have a chance to lose your turn, so you have to be mindful of that. Destroy them, don't lose a thing. What is this? Griffin Rock. Now, is that an enemy tower, or is that... Oh, sorry, enemy town, or is that just neutral? Probably neutral. Okay, we've just defeated and taken over another city. Looks like it's the humans, the good guys. Cool. I might just upgrade your income. What do we have here? Swordsman, crossbowman. Suppose it's worth having a little garrison to defend, and I'm going to leave these swordsmen here as well. They joined me earlier, so that's fine. Yeah, at this stage I'm just trying to rush through the map, and I want to find the enemy and see what that kind of hero-on-hero combat is like. Destroy them. You're gone. Battlecraft. When a creature waits in battle, they gain 20% attack until the end of the round. When they skip a turn, they gain 20% defense. Okay. So previously your units could just defend at any point, but in this game it's a skill that actually gives them a defense bonus when they skip a turn. That's probably not a bad idea. Fight the grave robbers, recruit the grave robbers. Cool, cool. Back on the road, maybe. Prismatic Nest. Gems, crystals, and mercury after defeating its guard. That's interesting. Give me experience. Oh, you did 21 damage to my dogs. But I killed 400 and something of you, so I think that's an okay trade. It's getting harder and harder to level up now. Let's keep moving. There we go. Bit of diplomacy. Larger than life means the enemy sees me as being 25% stronger, meaning they're more likely to join. I was hoping these guys would join me because they're skeleton archers. Okay, a free artifact to choose from. 10% less magic damage taken. Restore 6 mana. Plus 1 luck. Take some luck. Now, I think I'd probably rather the shield there. Cool. And luck, if it behaves the same in this game as the previous ones, will randomly make me do, I think, double damage on any affected attack, so not a bad thing to have. What are you? 39, what is that? That's annoying me. Previous games, anytime you see a unit like that, you could right click on it and see what it is. This one doesn't have that. So I don't actually know what I'm fighting. Guess I'll accept that result. Holy moly, what is this? That Pandora's box just contained a whole bunch of spells, I think. What have we here? Another city? Taken over. Bam. Artifact merchant. Is it worth me getting the troops out of this? Maybe I will, just to take with me. Just want to find these enemies. Tomb of Warriors. Recruit Dreadnoughts. Normal battle. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, first up, we are gonna... Holy moly, look at all these spells now. Don't even know what I've got anymore. 80 magic damage. How much health do you guys have? 25, so it's not going to do a huge deal. Might be best to just do a summon, an advanced summon. Pop you there. You can actually get an attack in right now. Attack their archers. Good. That's rude. Well, that's very rude. So they get 2 attacks in a row then? Oops, I just pressed wait. Whoopsie. That's a hotkey apparently. Alright, so they just got 2 turns in a row. I didn't quite see that coming. Probably should have been paying attention up here. I want to see, where's my Umbral Grip spell? What's that? 160 damage. Just get him. Okay, you need to wait there. You need to run away. Good. You can summon 166 skeletons right there. And they can attack this guy. Nice. Good. Someone's dead, but that's okay. Probably should have actually left him alive just to block that shot, but that's okay. Still some nasty losses, but not as bad as the auto battle was going to give me. So that's the issue now, is I'm going to be weakened by the time I reach the enemy. Is that them? Or is that another neutral? Yeah, it's a neutral. Alright, keep moving on. Surely there's an enemy at the end of this path. There isn't. Where could he be? I'll follow that path down. What are these critters? Look at that. Interesting. So my starting town did have a path directly to another town. Maybe the map isn't symmetrical. I'll accept that result. Skulls and Warriors want to join me. Yes, please. And Swordsman, you can go away. Done. $1,000 gold each day. What is that creature though? Holy moly, it looks ferocious. It says it's easy though. I don't really need to risk troops just to get more gold at this stage. I think we found an enemy. We did. Hello. The Eye Collective is the enemy hero. That's an interesting name. He's got lots of things. Can I just run past him? No, I can't. Well. Defeat. Oh man, he smashed me. I mean, I'm not surprised. Well, that's good. So the issue I'm having at the moment is I don't know what the hell is going on. I think I've just accidentally pushed wait again. I've got to get my hand off the keyboard. What are you? Agashoth Rider. Tier 3. Okay, and what about this beast? Tier 7. Oh, good. He's got Tier 7 units. I don't think mine go beyond Tier 4. Right. So I'm getting smashed, and for good reason. Will my summon be of any value here? Let's find out, I guess. That's a resounding no. So yeah, not really a surprising result, but interesting nonetheless, just to see. Geez, all these creatures are so weird. I can't even identify them. And obviously not going with any strategy at the moment, just shooting at whatever. What is that? Grand Shoth. This must be that Schism faction, because these things are all tentacly and weird and alien. Ah, okay. A Stinging Rush Shoth. That's like a different upgrade tree of what we ran into earlier. Now it becomes a ranged unit. Okay. Okay, so range units as before can't shoot while there's an enemy in melee range. This might get you to wait. Oh, and what was that? Gaze of the Abyss. Deals 159 pure damage to the target and adjacent creatures, reducing their speed. Oh, these guys are rude. So that's the challenging part, is this is just relearning all these new and unique creatures and abilities and what they do. And that's probably why I find Heroes 3 so comfy, is just because I've played it for literally decades. And you sort of get an understanding, you just know what things do and how they behave, and you can sort of estimate, if this unit attacks that unit, I expect it to do roughly this much damage. Obviously, you don't have any of that benefit here. So plenty to learn. But I still find the same complaints I had with some of the other modern Heroes games, is that this 3D interface is just not as clean. Like, I'm struggling to work out what's going on in this jumble of units here. Whereas Heroes 3, it was very clean, it was very clear. And that's, yeah, similar to what I found with the other 3D editions, but I don't know, maybe it's something you get used to. The other games weren't good enough for me to play long enough for me to get used to it, so never really spent a great deal of time on the 3D games. I think 4 and 5 I played a bit of, but always ended up just going back to number 3. I can't tell whose turn it is here. Is it you? Or the Lich? The Lich in the background, probably, yeah. Jeez, that's powerful. That is an interesting faction. I'll have to give them a look, actually. Alright, but we've lost our one hero that was in this one hero mode, so we are defeated. Which is fine. It was more of an experiment, just to get a feel for the game and see how it all plays, but that is... it's interesting. It's not quite as jarring as the other 3D versions of Heroes have been, but it's still different enough. Is it too different? I think it's too early to tell, but for a first look, I'm not too disappointed. I'm still cautiously optimistic, but time will tell. Thank you for playing the demo. Once Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is out in early access, you'll be able to try the Hive and Sylvan factions. Lots of additional templates in the first act of the campaign that lasts 20 hours. Full multiplayer experience and the first version of the map editor. Map editor has always been a huge part of Heroes, so glad that's coming back. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure you wishlist. So that'll do it for my first look at this one, Heroes the Olden Era. Is it a return to glory? Too early to say, but so far I'm not disappointed with what I've seen. It just needs a little bit of polish, a little bit of tidying up, and I think it could be a worthy entry into the series. If you want to check it out for yourself, it is available on Steam as a demo, and you can wishlist. I will leave a link in the description so you can check that out as well. And again, if you like my content and want to support me, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot and keeps you in the loop when new videos drop. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.